Ladies and gentlemen, from the studios of Jasper, Alberta, the Wheels Blues Podcast! Episode 63, and your main man, Squeed Love, is back. He was busy in, it doesn't matter where I was or what I was doing, but it's good to be back. It's good to see you fucknuts.
It definitely wasn't classified.
No, man, I was just chanting, I was just cheering on the Atlanta Falcons.
Just watching,
how's everybody doing
the practices.
Oh, Sid, were you at the practices for Atlanta Falcons again? Were you following the prospects around?
Man, I don't follow the Atlanta Falcons at all. I don't even know now.
Dude, don't try to hide it. We know you're the super fan.
Yeah,
it's okay to be an Atlanta Falcons groupie. It's okay.
Falcons.
Goddamn.
You see a fucking Achtpunkt over that A, motherfucker?
Achtpunkt.
Tyson knows what that is. He's got a German life.
Yeah. I gotta know what that shit is. I don't know what sound it makes, but you know.
I'm pretty sure it's like the soft.
I recognize the symbol.
How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's fucking Friday. It's pod night. I really honestly couldn't be better.
You know, to be honest, I was doing well. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
All right.
A lot of PTSD from my vacation, but you know, like there's only so many times you can look a man in the anyway.
And today, because we got the goddamn squidness back on the show, we're gonna talk a little video games, I think. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are. I do want to touch on a little WWE stuff that I know nothing about, but I found hilarious on a side note. But like, we can get into that later, especially if like Double Underscore chooses to bless us with his fucking cunty, his wonderful presence. So I don't want to be a showrunner here, but there is something that I think will interest the both of you. Oh, sorry, that's just pictures of dogs.
I like dogs.
So have you heard the latest company to get into to build video game studios?
WWE.
This company has just started two studios. One in fuck me dead. I feel like it's Washington, but it might not be. And one in China, which is worrisome. But we could get into that later if we want. Or you can just splice in the previous conversation right here. I'd like to talk about how bullshit it is owning a PS5 in this current video game climate. I'd like to talk about the Chinese government being fucking the worst shit ever and buying up percentages. Like, okay, so Remedy Games, one of my favorite game companies, they made Max Payne. They did fucking Control, all that shit. Sorry, I like had half a bottle of delicious scotch. They did Control. They did all the Max Payne games. They are a publicly traded company in where the fuck are they? Oh, where are they? Some cold country in Europe.
Russia?
No, a country, not a communist regime.
There's still countries,
dude. Like,
are they though?
Dude,
China doesn't think Taiwan's a country, so
they're not fun.
You know, that's the CCP
Norway.
for you.
One of those?
I can't remember now. Which is bothersome because I actually really like that game company. I normally know where they're from. So they're publicly traded, and they're like their hedge fund operator, like the person that controls their shares, sold 13% to Tencent.
And that's
Chinese company, Remedy right? Wasn't even aware of it until after the sale happened. So now Chinese fingers are now in Remedy. They're in Activision Blizzard. They're in EA. They're in the fucking sports. They're in the WWE.
Dude,
like
Chinese
John
fingers
Cena said
are
that
in
Taiwan
everything.
Is a country.
No.
John Cena said Taiwan is a country, and he had to apologize in Mandarin to the Chinese people for acknowledging the fact that Taiwan is the country.
No,
this is fucked. The only
Chinese...
reason I hate the fact that the Chinese government is getting their fingers in all the fucking global media is because of that. It's censorship. It's straight up. Oh, dude, you believe something different from us, man. You apologize or you lose your contract.
Look at what happened. Look at what happened in the NBA with like whatever because with LeBron James and all that.
because the
saying, like,
Chinese fucking percentage of
Yeah.
shareholders, Chinese love fucking NBA.
Yeah.
And every Chinese person is fucking slave to the goddamn capitalist, socialist fucking government that runs that fucking nation.
So
You can't
when
even own a business without fucking being like government owns all business. It's fucked. It's so broken. And now
So when-
Tencent,
so
that
when-
multi-billion company, is fucking just buying shit.
So when LeBron James said, like, or he wasn't going to say or whatever, something happened where it was that free Hong Kong stuff right before the conveniently placed pandemic to take all the news away from free Hong Kong. They that he was like, I'm sorry, blah blah blah, for saying free, like, give me a break. Like, that's, there's all these protests going on, and then
why
they
are we
have to
apologizing
apologize
to countries for having an opinion?
No.
Like, it's just
Because
it's such absolute trash.
it's because there's billions of people there and the money
And
is really
billions
good.
of dollars and
Yeah.
billions of dollars.
Yep.
It's
Well,
not even
yeah.
about the people, it's about the dollars, man.
Well,
This is where you see the cracks in capitalism. This is where you see what a broken system capitalism is.
Absolutely.
Because they'll go, well, I'll neglect my personal freedoms as an artist or as a creator in order to placate a company or a country. Countries are basically companies these days in that kind of echelon. Like, Canada is a company that sells their natural resources. America is, I don't know what they are now. I think they're kind of on the fucking, and China's up and coming because they have been poisoning their own people to make plastic for us for 100 years. Like, the Yangtze River is toxic. There are fucking villages of plastic mold companies that the whole village, the whole family, you're 10 years old, you don't go to school. No, you start working in the factory, and all that fucking pollution goes out into the river, and they don't even have clean drinking water, but it doesn't matter because they're making China money. And if you're not making China money, do you care about China? Are you even Chinese? It's so fucked, man. Like, even the oh my God, the Uyghur people,
Yeah.
the Muslim Chinese,
Yeah.
in the internment camps they have there.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that fucking Chinese influence is infesting global fucking entertainment.
Dude, it's never gonna end, man. It's been like this for a while, and you better watch
But
out.
it's
Zoom
getting
isn't
worse every
partially
fucking-
owned by China, or they're gonna shut us down.
Every fucking week, I listen to this podcast. I learn of another video game company getting shares bought up by Tencent. And Tencent is a company that's like fucking 11 years old, and they are a multi-billion-dollar company that does company stuff.
Dude, do one Amazon search and try and find something that's not from China.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Try.
fucking-
Search fucking dumbbells, China. Search
Yeah.
fucking
You
sweater.
know why? Because it costs 12
China.
cents for children to make in a fucking village that is dedicated to making this certain thing. And
Yeah,
then
but it's
fucking Jeff, the cunt fucker Bezos, fucking Doc Ock himself.
yeah, but this is the people though, because the demand is there. People want cheap,
Yeah.
cheaper.
It's easy
The
to
demand's
blame
there because-
everybody.
Because inflation by these the inflation propagated by these fucking billion-dollar companies makes it so their option is the only affordable
Dude,
option.
this shit.
You know
this
why you
shit
can't buy
happens.
fucking organic, locally sourced food? Because you can't afford to. Because all these fucking people that own these fucking multi-conglomerate and multinational corporations are sitting there going, oh, damn, things got more expensive. That sucks. I guess I'll have to make more money. And everyone else is fucked, so they have to go to Walmart to buy their socks. I can't buy socks here. You think I could go and buy a $40 pair of fucking socks here? Shit, no. I'll go and spend $12 on shitty socks that'll last me a year.
Yeah, because
I
there's a
got 20 fucking
demand.
pairs.
There's a demand, and this shit happens. I heard a story one time that was when it was around when the oil crisis was happening, when after the boom.
What, when it was like fucking 5 cents a liter for gas?
Yeah, no, like it was
Well,
like
okay, you're not talking like 30 years ago.
no. It was like it was after the oil boom, and then it was all going downhill, and all the fucking lucrative jobs were leaving, and but the gas prices weren't really going down. I heard a story, and I mean, this is just fucking hearsay. It's no, I don't know if this is true or anything.
In the eyes of the government, it's heresy, my friend.
Okay. I heard a story where it was Saudi Arabia's got a shit ton of oil. I heard a story that they came in, they turned on all their taps of oil and sold it for real cheap. And then as soon as all the companies in Canada and probably the States, but a lot in Canada, started going bankrupt because nobody was buying oil because their prices were too high, and Saudi Arabia could produce this oil for super cheap because they don't pay them as much for nothing. So then,
And they're
yeah, then then no.
Saudi
So what
princes
they
with
did,
like $100 billion in the bank.
yeah. So what they did is they went in and they bought all the companies in Canada that were bottom, like their stocks were low. They were worth almost nothing because they weren't making any money. So then they bought all the companies and then they shut their taps off, which resulted in them now owning the companies and now the demand for higher priced oil being there. So this shit's always happening. This shit's always happening on a global scale. Like,
well, that when the Canadian wheat board is
stop.
failing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Canadian wheat board is owned by some Saudi fucking prince.
Oh,
It's because the fucking wheat industry, for some reason, I don't understand how Canada, so rich in natural resources, is on the shit end of the stick with any sort of fucking resource deal. All those wind turbines in southern Alberta and southern Ontario, you know what that power goes to? America. All the fucking oil that we make, you know where that shit goes? Fucking America. They go, oh, damn it. Unstable. Like all that shit, like all of our natural resources this country gets rate for, we don't even make money off of, because the North American Free Trade Agreement is awesome because it benefits America and not us.
Yeah.
So they send the oil down there, the United States refines it, and they sell it back to us as gasoline. And
which is fucked because we have refineries here. There's a refinery called the McKeesis Refinery in Cold Lake, Alberta. Like we have refineries.
And you got to understand where the big business is. Like everybody, all the natural reasons and all this stuff is just, and everything is just designed to benefit the big businesses, which are in the States and China and Saudi Arabia.
But I refuse to, because it's malarkey. It's poppycock.
It's shenanigans. I call shenanigans.
Seriously, man. The fucking this capitalist system, this global economic market that we constructed, is like, it is genuinely showing the cracks of capitalism right now.
Yeah.
Like, it is showing the fucking this is why capitalism doesn't work. You know, we're all like, oh yeah, capitalism's great, fuck communism. It's like, well, can we not find a balance? Is there not a middle ground in which every common man is not suffering?
I don't think there's,
and every fucking corporation isn't laughing in our face.
I think you'd suffer way more under communism.
Owning all our fresh,
I don't
Nestle owns how much of our fresh water?
I don't think there's a problem with capitalism.
The CEO of Nestle.
There's a problem with.
I have a problem with.
There's a problem with people.
Yeah, I have a problem with
capitalism
because look at this, man. Like the CEO of Nestle, who owns a lot of our fresh water rights, and is an American. It's an international conglomerate, but it's American. He said water is a privilege, and like the second I heard that, I was like, I have no faith in the world anymore. My faith in humanity is shook. It is now crumbling. It is non-existent. I will not be able to rebuild my faith in humanity in the short time I have on this planet. Like the global economic market. Why is fair trade a fucking? You have to pay more for fair trade. Cool. Then what's all the other trade that's happening?
So you want the country to stand on its own 2 feet. You want the country to stand on its own 2 feet. You don't want to rely on any outside.
I would like it to.
See, I can understand that.
You know what? If I can't afford a fucking peach because it's got to come in from Victoria, then shit. That's fucking barrels of crude for fucking fresh fruit and vegetables year round. Then I'm keen. But it's not on an even playing field, man. It's not. There's no, like, let's set up a triple beam and see where Canada ranks in global economics and our fucking our resource output, because we're sitting down there low and we're getting fucked by everyone else.
Mm.
Yeah, but we're still
like
way ahead of most places.
We're still what?
We're way ahead.
Dude, it's expensive to live here. We're so spread out that everything is more expensive, and we can't afford to pay people to survive anymore.
Yeah.
And I know that happens in the States too, because there are still like states like Kentucky where the minimum wage is $3.80 an hour, but you can also buy a house for $10,000 there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, and like people bitching about a fucking livable minimum wage are the people going, oh, that's gonna cut into my excessive wealth.
No, of course.
And it is the bee in my bonnet.
Well, that
Like, it's trash. It's absolute garbage.
I don't think capitalism is a problem. I think that the people are the problem.
Well, that's
And you might say that, like,
Yeah, well, people are the fucking cause of capitalism, my friend.
like
Well,
there is no capitalism.
there's
without
nothing wrong with.
Okay,
There's,
so like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, when this system was, you work hard, you get ahead, and there's a middle class and this kind of thing. I don't really have a problem with
you
that.
don't get ahead anymore, man.
No, you don't.
And that's capitalism.
But that's not a problem with capitalism. That's just a problem with the people.
That is, I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
See, the
That
system is
what
fine. It's
capitalism
just
is.
the people
Capitalism
abuse the
created
system.
the rat race. Capitalism created supply and demand, and
There's
capitalism
nothing wrong with supply and
created
demand.
greed.
It's that the people are don't have each other's best interests at heart,
but
and that's
the
not
way-
because of capitalism. That's just because people are dicks.
But the way you combat
Because
that is you
the problem
force
is
people to give a shit about it.
that is capitalism at its finest.
Yes, that's
You
that's
can't
how
you can't force people to give a shit about other people. It's
Capitalism
gonna
is about
happen.
fucking. In a capitalist society, they won't. In a socialist society, or in a communist society, they won't. And I'd like, especially right now, especially in American politics, I want someone to do a fucking Venn diagram of the benefits and fucking detractors of communism and capitalism, and put them together and see what the common problem is. The common problem is always going to be poverty, the inability to live a fucking regular life, because either way, there are people who make it all, and it's called capitalism, or there are fucking rulers who make it all, and that's communism. Like, change it. They're interchangeable right now.
No.
The global economic market is controlled by business and not government, because business is a machine, man. That machine fucking rules everything. It rules the people who run those businesses, and it rules the fucking lives of everybody on the planet.
Dude, that almighty dollar, man.
Interchange the CEO, interchange fucking Jeff Bezos with fucking, I don't know who the ruler in China is right now, so I'll just say Chairman Mao.
It's Winnie the Pooh.
They're interchangeable. They're interchangeable. Right?
It's Winnie the Pooh.
Game censorship is this is why I'm getting heated about it now, is because the amount of game censorship happening. Call of Duty had a in one of their games that was supposed to come out, they were gonna have a Tiananmen Square fucking level.
Oh wow.
And because Tencent is a Chinese corporation, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and all Chinese corporations are run by the Chinese government.
Yes.
So they went, hey, Activision Blizzard is 10% owned by Tencent.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, you're not allowed to do that. 10% said, no, you have to change your expressive freedoms. You have to change your right to share a historical fact that people can interact with, because 10% said no.
Wow.
That is communism. That is capitalism.
This even happens on like that social media. Like, if you put that picture of that guy, that tank guy or whatever, standing in front of the tank.
Yeah. The
like they take that shit
right
down
before the massacre.
Yeah, they take that shit down. Yeah, because they don't want anyone looking at it.
And that's offensive to what? A percentage of power.
Yeah.
It's offensive to me that we are not allowed to express our knowledge of history. Like, this isn't even personal opinion. This is historical fact, and it's being censored by fucking global fucking players. And it's just like, man, it's kind of sad that it took fucking video games for me to realize how fucked the system is. But like, dude, SNK, a fucking South Korean game company that made like the Metal Slug games and shit. They are 13% owned by a Saudi prince who publicly beheaded an American journalist on television, and he is buying another enough shares in this company that is 51%. This guy is a billionaire Saudi prince who kills people for not obeying the law.
Is that Salma?
You're not gonna obey the Shah. You're gonna fucking die.
No.
So yeah, China video games, not so much cool.
God damn it!
But I don't know how you guys feel about Dark Horse comics.
Shit, yeah, they're awesome. I like
so that. Right, like Dark Horse publishes a lot of stellar comics.
Yes.
Like a lot. They have over 450 fucking characters, universes that they can expand upon.
Mhm.
So they have just opened up 2 game studios.
What?
But
Really?
yeah, see, I told you, I told you. So the best part about this is they're not sourcing their own development teams. They are looking for developers and partners to partner with to create games on their intellectual properties.
Come on, PlayStation, do your job.
No, not necessarily. No, like just
No?
studios, man. Studios,
Okay.
right? They're not going to. Well, they might pair with a company, but we don't want that to be the case because let's be real. Let's be real for a second and go. Anything that goes up for sale, fucking Microsoft will buy because they have the deepest pockets of any company on the face of the earth.
Even after that guy's divorce.
That's very true.
Yeah, well, fuck, whatever.
Because
She's
how
just
much
gonna
is
get an
Melinda?
inoculation that doesn't go right,
How much is Melinda? Do you think that's what he's gonna do?
Even if
That's
he
what he
loses
did to all the
half of his
fucking kids
money.
in Africa with the polio vaccine. So
God damn. So
Even
you
if
think he's gonna fuck with Melinda so that he doesn't have to fucking pay her out in alimony or whatever?
why not, dude? He was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein too.
Fucking Bill Gates.
He's been on his plane to his fucking place. Yeah, absolutely.
His private Epstein Island.
Yeah, man.
Is that the same island that Jared
child
Leto?
rape dungeon island that's existed?
No, Epstein did it with little girls, so it's not as it's way more
That's
disgusting.
not as bad. Are you fucking with me?
It's way more disgusting.
It's way more. Okay. So I don't want to get into it.
Epstein
Those are
is
two
a
contradicting statements. But
Epstein
anyway,
is a monster.
I think that we
Jared
should
Leto
get
is just weird.
into. Did we already talk about Return All while I was getting a beer?
No,
and I don't.
we're not really gonna
I feel like we talked about it, and I feel like I should put that in right here.
just absorb
So I don't really want to talk about Returnal because I suck at it. Dude, okay, so the first time I played, I went 2.5 hours without dying. I got to the first boss, and then I put about 10 more hours into it, and I can't even get to the first boss again.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Like, it is so hard. Like, the RNG in that game is like, hey, how would you like to get fisted? Oh, you don't? Too bad. Like,
So
straight
it's
up, man.
not
And
like
then
blood-
you'll find a new weapon. You'll be like, sick. Okay, so I've unlocked this weapon in random pickups. Because you start with a pistol, and that's it. And like, sometimes you'll go into the next area, and it's like 10 flying things and 400 goddamn other things, and you're like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Guess I'll just die. But it's so visceral when you die. Because, like, you die, and then instantly your eyes open, and you're crash landing on the planet again. There's no menu screen in this game. There's nothing.
Oh,
Dude,
Like, the game starts, and then every time you die, it just restarts you instantly. It's fucking dope. And I really love it. I just wish there was an easy mode.
dude, this sounds like the game called Outer Wilds, and you have like 24
You got
hours
20
to
minutes or, yeah.
whatever it is. I don't know, like 8 hours maybe to
See, this
figure out
one's-
why the sun is going supernova or something. And every
See, this
time
one's
that
a
the
little
day
different,
ends,
but yeah.
you
Just those-
wake
those,
up with like the
fucking,
opening
like-
eyes. And
What's it called? Like like procedurally generated games, roguelikes,
yeah,
right? Because everything, like, this is a procedurally generated roguelike. So every time you die, everything is reset.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
there's
That's
one
a little bit
collectible
annoying
that doesn't
too.
get reset, and that's it. And I'm like, and Hades is awesome, but I'm just not good enough to beat it. And like, I
one's
thought
super
there were
hard
just
too.
like 3 or 4 biomes in Returnal. There's 5, and I got to the boss once.
Mhm.
I don't know if
The
I
first
like
night,
that.
I think I texted you, Justin, where I
Yeah.
was like, Returnal's fucking dope. It's so fucking good. 2.5 hours without dying, and now I haven't managed to survive more than 40 minutes.
Wow.
Dude, that's a little bit
But-
annoying because the whole point of those like kind of games is that you get better like at because you know what's coming. It's like the more you
Well, I just like some sort of permanent buff. Like, I'd like to be able to unlock something that makes it easier for me. Like, okay, sweet. I unlocked this assault rifle. Let me start with the assault rifle.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
random, like, the RNG in that game is what people complain about. There was a dude, one of the podcasts I listened to on Sacred Symbols today. There was a dude in Norway or Sweden or something that just platinumed that game. And he didn't find the game hard. The only thing that pissed him off is a lot of the trophies are based on random number generation,
Hmm.
which is absolute shit. That's garbage.
dumb.
Like, but it's like any online trophies, it's the same shit.
Yeah. So,
All right.
so,
Okay. Anyway,
so are you familiar with the Dark Horse comics then? What games would you think would be really awesome if they made games based off the Dark Horse catalog?
Can you explain to me first some comics that are in Dark Horse comics?
Hellboy is a Dark Horse character.
Okay.
there's been a Hellboy game and it was terrible.
There's
There was.
been 3 Hellboy movies. The first 2 I watched. The first one I thought was really good. The second one I didn't really think was very good. And the third one with the remake that didn't have Ron Perlman, I have no idea. I've never watched it.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Dude, they all
never
have Ron Perlman. He plays Hellboy.
Yeah,
He's
but not in the reboot.
Ooh, there's a reboot.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fuck, I hate the world we live in. Come on,
I know.
those movies came out fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah, they
Fucking leave
rebooted them.
alone. And Ron Perlman's fucking sitting there.
Yeah, he was an excellent Hellboy. He was an excellent Hellboy. You know, Ron Perlman. He even turned up at a children's hospital dressed in full makeup for somebody that wanted to meet him. He was like full on Hellboy makeup.
And he hates dressing up as Hellboy because the
Does he though, man? Did he not play the Beast in that 80s fucking soap opera series Beauty and the Beast?
Well, that's probably why he hates makeup now, because he was in that terrible 80s Beauty and the
Nobody
Beast.
hates makeup. It either makes you look badass, scary, or cool.
I feel like once I tell you that who played Hellboy, you're probably going to be okay with it, but I don't know if the movie was any good.
Okay, all right, I'm waiting for it.
Hellboy was played by David Harbour.
No, I don't even know who that is.
Oh.
He's the fat cop in Stranger Things. Sorry, he's the
what? Sorry, I keep getting distracted here. He looks like a fucking rugged Kelsey Grammer.
He kind of is a rugged Kelsey Grammer.
Tell me he doesn't. Somebody tell me he doesn't.
He does. He does.
He kind of even talks like a rugged Kelsey Grammer. No.
Yeah, so I don't know if the movie was any good, but
it's not.
Okay, so just like one of the biggest things that Dark Horse in my fucking graphic novel fandom is Sin City. And ever since I heard that news last night, I have been thinking all day about how they could pull off a good Sin City game, and I don't think they can. I don't think any studio is capable of making a Sin City game that's good. Look at what Square Enix is an amazing video game company, and look what they did with the Avengers.
Could they not do it like not? Could the company that made Max Payne not do a Sin City game?
I don't know, man. Fucking, they're kind of partially owned by Tencent now.
Okay, well, if we're going by the everybody's owned by Tencent now,
dude, Remedy could probably do it. Yeah.
Dude, the aesthetic would be really hard to stick with because it would get hard to animate. It would get hard.
No, it wouldn't. You know why? Like, if you you haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet.
No, I haven't.
That game nails a fucking beautiful samurai fucking aesthetic. You have a samurai battle in one place, and the cherry blossoms are falling as the waves crash up against where you're fighting. It is fucking cinematic perfection in video games. Like, maybe Sucker Punch could do it, maybe, but I feel like it would be a hard direction to go because who are you going to be? You play as Marv, it's going to need a different developer. You play as Marv, you're going to want something like Rocksteady, but with a serious, not so cartoony action. And then you play. I can't remember his name now. Bruce Willis detective, who deals with like fucking. I remember. It's been so long since I've read Sin City.
It's Rocksteady. Rocksteady does it.
Yeah, no, I know Rocksteady for Didn't I say that? No.
Yeah.
Whatever. And but you wouldn't want it to just be a beat 'em up. And then when you're playing Clive Owen's character, like what do you do? Like there's different, because you'd want to go through the books, right?
Yeah.
You'd want to be Marv. You'd want to be, I can't remember Bruce Willis, Detective
Hardick.
I can't remember his name. Hardick, yes. Detective Hardick with his heart problem. And then fucking Clive Owen's character where he's just got the red sneakers and he deals with like the fucking League of Hooker Assassins.
Yeah.
Like, it would be so fucking hard. But if a company, like, I don't know if you guys have any ideas of a company that could pull that shit off and make it worth doing.
Sid, you know what I'm talking about because you played it. The parts in Ghost of Tsushima where he gets like his mega superpower, like that aesthetic when it's in slow motion,
Oh, when
That's
you're just
yeah,
taking out, when
yeah.
you're just like, come and
Yeah.
fight me, and they all surround you,
Yeah.
and they
No,
just like,
no. I'm talking about when he gets like his full on ghost powers, and it's kind of changes, and it's different.
okay, yes.
That's what I think that could be a way that you would pull off this.
Hmm.
And I feel like
Yeah.
Sucker Punch could probably do it because they do dark, they do serious, they do
Yeah.
grounded in reality with a fucking just the right sprinkling
Yeah.
of unbelievable or unreal or what fantastical, right? And I
Right.
don't
So
think Remedy could do it because Remedy is straight up gun based.
if
Not one of
you're
those
talking,
motherfuckers in Sin City uses a gun more than they use their fists, their wits, and their fucking awesome. The only thing I think Remedy could do right is the writing.
if you're talking a brand new narrative that's just in the same universe, but it's a brand new narrative with some of the same characters, what about Naughty Dog? And if not,
No.
because they could write the story.
No.
And if not,
I think
fuck,
Remedy would do better. I think
my,
Remedy would do
my
better.
my vote's Rockstar because I've seen how they make games. It's just that they can do it. They got the guy, they got the people.
No, they don't. Man, one of those the main writer of all the fucking Rockstar games that have come out has left the company.
What?
After Red Dead 2, one of the Hauser brothers
Yeah,
left.
you told me that.
Yeah. So like no. That's why do you think the next Grand Theft Auto is Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS5?
Yeah.
Because
they got
can't
nothing.
fucking write a narrative anymore.
Yeah, they have.
And like I don't know if it was Dan or Sam Hauser, but one of them was like the creative genius behind that fucking duo of brothers that made those games. Also, Rockstar did publish the Max Payne games, but Remedy wrote that shit. And I don't know if you've played the Max Payne games.
I played
Yes?
I played some of them when one of my friends had an Xbox.
Dude, you should next time the game goes on sale all the time on Steam or on the PSN. Like I got a PS4 version of fucking Max Payne for fucking $4. And it's so good. Like it was the first bullet time game. The
Yeah, I
facial
remember
animations
that.
are kind of funny because they scanned it in. But like there was
The
so
bullet
much
time was
steam
fun in that
billowing
game.
out of the sewer grates, like the whole goddamn city was ready to blow.
Dude,
Or when he pulled into Roscoe Street Station, he's just like, my Beretta stirred nervously on my hip. Something's going down in Roscoe Street Station. It is the epitome of noir. And that's why, like, even there are samples of it in Alan Wake. There are samples of it in fucking Control. Like, Remedy could produce that game, but
they even made a movie
what would
about
you
this
do
game.
gameplay-wise? Like, what would you do gameplay-wise?
For what? For Sin City? Are we still
For
talking
a
about Sin
Sin City
City?
game? Some Saudi?
Sin City? I thought
I would do it like LA Noir, but I would do it
No.
a combination of LA Noir and like and Max Payne. I would have like the mechanics of both of those and combine them into like a Sin City kind of game.
so, like a detective investigation game mixed with an action bullet time.
Yeah.
No bullet time. No bullet time. Bullet time's not necessary. You just have to have fucking methodical action.
Okay.
Like you don't need to dive behind a fucking barrel in slow motion. And it's not done anymore anyway. Like Max Payne 3 was probably the last game that did that. And there was like Dead to Rights, I think, which was like a John Woo developed video game. Which
it's because the Matrix
was
was made
awesome.
fucking 20 fucking 1 years ago or whatever, or longer. You know, it's like the Matrix is like an old movie that no kids watch anymore.
Dude, and all the Matrix games suck too.
Yeah. So
They
that's why
wanted to be good.
all the bullet
And
time
I wanted
was
to like them.
all the bullet time games came out after the Matrix because that's somebody went
I feel
like, hey, that
Max
was
Payne
cool.
came out around the same time.
All the bullet time, everything came out after the Matrix.
Yeah, there's no way the Matrix was the first to
Dude,
ever do
you
that.
say that, but like, you know, people say the Matrix was the first fucking the first fucking story or the intellectual property, whatever you want to call it, that had jacking into the neck and this fucking simulacrum of real life. And I read a fucking goddamn 4-book series that started in the late 80s that is exactly about that. It is exactly like this kid with progeria has got a neural cannula, so he legitimately jacks into the internet.
Yeah.
And like he lives this fantasy life as a barbarian because his body's so weak he can't even get out of bed to piss.
Oh,
you know,
that's awesome.
And then it's the Other Land is one of the best book series ever. I highly recommend it to anyone who's listening. If you like kind of sci-fi fantasy grounded in reality, it's like fucking 5 different storylines. They all come together over like the Grail Brotherhood, which is this cabal of the wealthiest people in the world who are all frail because they're all like 100 and some odd years old, and they're trying to steal the essence of children off of the internet so that they can learn how to transfer their essence, their soul, their fucking mind onto the internet so they can live forever, controlling their greedy capitalistic cabal.
Well,
Dude, the book is amazing. My grandmother showed me that book. Anyway, I
So who makes the Sin
I
City
feel
game?
like if they do a Sin City game, you cannot play as any one of the characters. Like you could have run-ins with fucking Marv. You could have run-ins with fucking. He's the only character name I can remember because I have a statue of him holding the severed head of Elijah Wood in my living room.
Although
And it's not Elijah Wood, it's
Kevin.
that woman killer.
Are you talking about Kevin, like the serial killer that Elijah?
Yeah, that mounts women's heads.
Yeah.
That he goes in there. I've got all these tools: gun, razor wire, and my mitts.
My mitts.
Fuck, I love Marv. Oh, I still can't get over the fucking. Damn it, I've lost his name. The wrestler, the fucking guy who played Marv.
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, man. Like, dude, he nailed that role.
It was a good.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's
every actor that Clive Owen nailed his role. Fucking Steve Aoki's sister nailed her role.
Even the second one, Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, is pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't as good, but it was good.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke was like pretty
Robert
huge
Rodriguez got
for a
kicked
while.
out of the Directors Guild for having Frank Miller direct some of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
at least that's what I've heard. Because Frank Miller himself, who created those characters and wrote those fucking graphic novels, directed some of that shit.
Yeah, he totally did.
But Robert Rodriguez is a fucking rebel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That dude made his first movie by subjecting himself to medical experimentation.
What?
Yeah, dude. So he was like part of this fucking. Anyone who listens to this and could prove me wrong, please do, because I am kind of drunk. I am drunk. But he has like these diamond patches that were cut out of his back where they took the skin off and they were trying to develop a skin regrowth kind of thing. So that's what he did to raise the $30,000 it took to make El Mariachi. And that movie fucking was enough of a hit that he was able to make
what kind of back alley Mexico medical experimental clinic was he
Dude,
going?
you can submit yourself to medical experimentation all over the states.
Yeah, probably.
And then what? That led to the one with fucking, you know what though? Antonio Banderas was in El Mariachi, and then he was in the sequel, which I fucking loved with
Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Desperado.
No, that was the third one.
Desperado.
Yeah, Desperado. Man, I remember watching that and I was like, this was the beginning of my understanding of like Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino films and like that kind of fucking stylized action movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was
Isn't Once Upon a Time in Mexico in that?
That's the third one.
That's the third one. Okay.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp. Are you a Mexican or a Mexican? The second one's got like Cheech Marin fucking going around spreading stories about the fucking, he's like 8 feet tall, red eyes, and he's got a guitar case full of guns. He walks into that bar, fucking Quentin Tarantino's in that movie too, because him and Robert Rodriguez are like homies.
Yeah, they're best friends.
Straight up, man. That's why they did the fucking the Grindhouse features together. Fucking Robert Rodriguez did the one with Rose McGowan and the Machine Gun Leg, and then Death Proof was Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Tarantino.
And they worked together on the best vampire movie ever made, which is From Dusk Till Dawn. And I will fight anyone who says there's a better vampire movie. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I don't know, man. I think that there is.
I think Bram Stoker's Dracula is the best vampire movie ever made.
Really? Seriously? Have you watched that movie recently?
I watched that movie like 10 years ago.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
movie.
exactly. Watch it tomorrow.
Okay. But what about then
Gary
Oldman out here?
kicks ass. Keanu Reeves is amazing. Winona Ryder is a sexy, wonderful human being and a good actress. And like
also
that
Salma
redhead chick
Hayek.
that gets
Holy
raped
shit.
by the fucking wolf is, she's super fine. Anthony Hopkins as
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Man,
that is a star-studded cast.
hear me out. Hear me out. Dracula Dead and Loving It with Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, suck butts.
You're cut off.
That's a hilarious comedy film because
Oh,
you
it's
can't deny
awesome.
Leslie Nielsen of anything, but it is not the best vampire movie.
It's so good.
You're muted.
It's so
Muted. I muted you.
Tell me how you did. Tell me
sweet.
how
It lets me
that fucking
unmute
opening
myself.
scene, and it's fucking George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, the Gecko
Dude,
brothers,
Dude,
infamous
Mel
bank
Brooks
robbers.
is in this movie.
Well, fucking George Clooney and his fucking the cop comes in, he goes to the pisser, and he's in Benny's World of Liquor, and he's just like, they've got 2 women hostages, and he just looks at the dude and he points his fucking 45 revolver at him and he goes, be cool. You be cool. And they just back up, and the fucking sheriff, he's got like the aviators on, just like, man, god damn it, yeah, freaking just being a Texan.
Aren't you
And
just,
fucking Tarantino's just like, he was giving him eyes, he blows his head away, he was giving him eyes, and Benny's just like, I wasn't giving him any fucking eye, I just want you fucking people get the fuck out of here so I can go about my fucking life. I don't want any of this fucking shit. It's just like, well, I don't know, my brother says you were giving him eyes. If you fuck around with me, like, we're gonna turn Benny's World of Liquor into Betty's World of Blood. And the best fucking walking away explosion scene belongs to that movie. Because they fucking George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino are fucking arguing as this building is just exploding behind them. And they're just like, you gotta stop fucking around like this. Do you want to get to fucking Mexico, be free, or do you want to go back to fucking prison? Oh man, that movie's the best.
Banderas walking away in Desperado is pretty awesome too.
No, not as good as that. Not as good. Man, I can't. The comedic, the everything, and like the first half of fucking Dusk Till Dawn is like, it's unsettling, it's gross, and it's because like they're bank robbers and Quentin Tarantino's got a penchant for like raping and murdering women.
And
it's like, ooh, this isn't cool.
Watching him suck like tequila off Salma Hayek's toes is really, really.
Would you not?
It's gross. It's gross.
Is it?
It's watching it.
Gross. But if Salma Hayek, especially in that situation, put her foot in my mouth and poured tequila down her leg into my mouth, I would fucking do it.
I don't know, man. It's
you know, that might even be okay with Salma Hayek from 2021 too. That might even also be okay still.
It would might also no, it absolutely would be.
She's still smoking.
Dude, you see her bloated fucking blimp of a pasty white husband? She's looking to stick her foot in someone's mouth and pour tequila into it. Michael Douglas looks like a fucking marshmallow with fucking diseases.
Wow.
Wait a second. Michael Douglas is her husband?
No, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones. My mistake.
And I don't think they're together anymore. But or maybe
you probably sucked tequila off Catherine Zeta-Jones' toes too.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, because I haven't seen it happen, so I don't know how awesome it would be. I've seen it with Salma Hayek, and I know it would be awesome.
Okay, so to bring it back to Dracula Dead and Loving It, what about the scene where Mel Brooks as Van Helsing goes up to Dracula's coffin with, I can't remember, some other guy, and he stabs a stake in his heart, and then off and on blood sprays in his face and squirts all over the goddamn place for like a minute, and then Mel Brooks deadpan.
Bram Stoker's Dracula too.
No, hang on. Now Mel Brooks, just hang on. So Mel Brooks just deadpan, looks around, wipes the blood. Like this shit happens for like a Family Guy level amount of time, and then he looks around, and he just goes, "Oh, maybe we should have put some newspapers down. I never laughed so hard in my fucking life."
Dracula Dead and Loving It is awesome. I remember watching trailers for that movie on TV when I was a kid going, Leslie Nielsen, I need to watch that, because even when I was a kid and I didn't get half the jokes, it didn't matter because Leslie Nielsen is a Canadian icon. He's up there with fucking, dude, he is up there with fucking, oh god damn it, I hate being this drunk. You know, other Canadian icons like Nardwuar.
Like Sarah McLachlan?
No.
She's a Canadian icon.
Like fucking Wayne Gretzky, buddy.
No, we're not turning this into sports unless we're gonna.
Okay, we don't. I don't want to turn to sports. I just want to say he's a Canadian icon.
Like fucking goddamn Mark Messier.
There you go. Also a Canadian icon.
There you go.
Like fucking.
You know, like a lower level one,
like
but
Devin
for sure.
Townsend.
Canadian icon. Who's that guy? I don't know. Canadian icon.
What, are you kidding me? Devin Townsend?
I'm not sure who that is. Sorry.
Bill Brasky.
Okay, so you guys should look up Devin Townsend, but you neither of you will like his time in Strapping Young Lads.
Okay.
Strapping Young Lads is fucking hard metal, but
Okay.
Devin Townsend is fucking awesome. Dude,
Okay.
Devin Townsend, have you guys watched Metalocalypse?
Yes.
Yes.
So you know the guitarist with the skullet?
Yes.
That's goddamn Devin. This
Oh.
model after Devin Townsend.
Oh, does he voices the character?
I don't know if he voices the character, but I know that's what it's based off of.
Oh, okay, cool.
Devin Townsend is fucking. He's got fucking receding hairlines are fucking badass. Fuck off.
Now that made me want to watch Metalocalypse again.
You're preaching to the choir.
Am I?
Okay, well, yeah, kind
I
of.
think I am the fucking choir.
I'm pretty much there with you, buddy. I'm pretty much there with it.
But yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
what
if
the
anyone will
fuck,
be able
you
to make it.
fucking bald fucks? What the
I
fuck?
believe that Sucker Punch could make a Sin City game. I don't want anyone to make a fucking 300 game because I'm kind of over Greek mythology in video games.
Yeah.
I'd like a different country to be visited.
What you didn't
I'd like
your
more
7
Japanese. I'd like some cool historical Chinese shit that isn't a Muso.
Yes.
Because like all the there's a lot of Muso games about fucking like Dynasty Warriors, right? Like it's all about.
Okay, what about a survival game where you have to be a Saskatchewan farmer from the Ukraine in like 1894?
What?
Well, I don't know if it's gonna teach me how to make pierogies as good as your mother. I will fucking play it.
You're all
You know,
wrong.
you just get dropped off on this free plot of land, and they're like, "Good fucking luck."
Yeah, they're like, okay, we make potatoes, we get cows, we make cheese, pierogies.
Pierogies. It's really cold. Who cares? We still make pierogies. It's cold.
Yeah,
We don't care.
Potatoes grow on anything. The Irish lived off them. The Russians drink it. It must be good.
Correct
It's
answer is
like
Hellboy, made by the guys who made God of War, and he's voiced by Ron Perlman. That is
Okay,
the correct
original God of War or new God of War?
New God of War.
Are you talking about like Jaffe?
Yes.
Like the original God of War?
No, I'm talking about new God, like God of War now, like the Norse
The
mythology.
2018 God of War.
Yes.
You got to stipulate, man, because
Yes.
Dave Jaffe made the original God of War. He also made the original Twisted Metal games, and he is also an opinionated badass on YouTube.
Okay then.
Dave Jaffe's awesome, man. He was on Sacred Symbols like a week or two ago,
Oh, cool.
and like that dude is the reason Twisted Metal and God of War exist.
I listened to that. I didn't realize that it was that guy though. I didn't realize.
Yeah, dude, that's Dave Jaffe, man. He's fucking awesome as shit.
I don't know
Like
that.
the original God of War, fucking Twisted Metal. Apparently they're making a Twisted Metal TV series.
They are. I did see that.
Yeah, dude, I think we talked about that before. The Twisted Metal TV series. I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
Yeah, we might have.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, just check out the Devin Townsend band. It's
Okay.
awesome. It's good. He's from New Westminster, for Christ's sake.
Okay. Did what did you think of Resident Evil Village, Sid?
Are you fucking with me, dog? For real?
I want to
Shit,
know.
worst Resident Evil I've ever played.
Wait,
What?
what?
So worst.
That sounds.
No,
fun.
man, I think that's like competing for top spot with 1998's Resident Evil 2.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
it's that good.
Man, I'm so happy I have two separate trophy lists for my PS4 and my PS5. Though I think at one point in time I will transfer over one of them to the other one to
Yeah.
platinum it, because the fucking hardest difficulty is. I was so pumped when I got through the first section, and then the rest of the game was kind of a cakewalk, and then I got to the third last boss, and I got fucking hours of repeatedly dying.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like, it's fragmented.
Mhm.
There's no real story, like
Oh,
your
really?
story, but you're kind of in the dark for
Okay.
most of it. And then there's like just heaps of story dropped, but like the ending it resonated. It was beautiful. It was awesome. The gameplay is top notch. Like the gunplay, everything. Like if anyone out there is listening has played Resident Evil 7, Ethan Winters is kind of a shit shooter.
Mhm.
He's had fucking military training after all that shit, after he escaped the bayou with his wife, because like the canon ending is you don't save fucking what's her name, Zoe from the family, the Bakers, not the Barkers, sorry. So you could either, like, at one point in time, you or Zoe, and canonically you save your wife, obviously, right? Chris Redfield saves the day at the end. It's all like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, this is still a Resident Evil game. And like, I've heard a lot of the complaints about the fucking new Resident Evil being like, it's about vampires and werewolves. It's like, and
So
Resident Evil has had giant scorpions. It has had fucking a dude who injected himself with the G virus, fucking mutate and grow fucking extra eyeballs and shit, and turn into a dog with 100 fucking teeth in his face. And you're going like, oh, vampires and werewolves, that fucking shit is fucked.
So when
Straight up.
we hypothesized what the cause was it what you hypothesized that it was going to?
It was the mold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Romania is the source of the mold from Resident Evil 7.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Very cool. So they use folklore and fairy tales to like these townsfolk are like dressed in like wool dresses and shit. Like they are the like, they're old school, they have no internet, they still use outhouses, like deep Romanian country. You know, the old country. They still do it old.
Yes.
And like, oh man, it is the prettiest game I've ever played.
It looks
like it is so gorgeous. Well, like you haven't, Tyson. I made you watch me play through the demo of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20% of the game.
Yeah, and we played that on next gen. Like we played that on
PS5.
That was on PS5.
This whole game on PS5 is incredible. It's unreal.
Like that. The demo was terrifying because they do darkness so well on that system.
Oh yeah,
and like everything is like the darkness is fucking dark. Like there's just an absence of
UHD, right? That's that ultra. That fucking the fuck. What's it called?
But like
HDR, high definition range.
When you're looking at like the candle burning here, and then you like look down like just like a tunnel.
Yeah,
it's the absence of light. Like there.
Well, that's that. Oh, that's that fucking. No, I keep saying UHD. That's the fucking high definition. Fuck me. It's the HDR. And it's the ray tracing, right? So like, instead of you having to animate the shadow of the light that is there, that light source creates its own shadow. Like that's like from my base ass console gamer understanding, that's what ray tracing is.
Yeah.
It is real time light reflection and light dispersal.
Yeah, and it is dead on. So that candle makes
it's naturally lighting the area.
Yeah.
And when you get in the way of it, like fuck man, playing Valhalla and like the sun setting behind a fucking tree and all the little light dappling that's moving across your character. Every time I see it, I just stop. I just stop and I just watch the light change, and because it blows my mind. I know you're a PC gamer, Tyson. You've had ray tracing for shit for a long time, but I'm a basic ass console bitch. Like this shit blows my fucking mind.
Is that similar to is that like a procedural generated lighting effect, kind of like ray tracing?
If you will, yeah, I'd say that's
it's like real time though.
It is, yeah. So reflections as well, like playing Miles Morales, or even the PS5 update of Spider-Man. When you're swinging past a fucking mirrored building in New York, instead of them animating a blurry rendition of you, usually stiff, like it'll be static. And it'll just kind of move next to your character because you're not watching it.
Yeah.
When you turn the ray tracing on, or because you have an option, like it's still a console, you can do 60 frames per second or ray tracing. Mm-hmm. So when you turn ray tracing on and you swing past that building, it is a real time, like fuck. It's hard to explain because I don't really get it. But it's like, imagine you swinging past a mirror.
Yeah.
And you're seeing your reflection.
Yeah.
You're not seeing someone animating your reflection. You're seeing your true reflection.
No.
That is what ray tracing can bring. Ray tracing is like, well, it traces light rays, reflections, fucking sunlight. Like seriously, man.
Any light source.
I'm not joking when every time I'm playing Valhalla and I see the sunset behind a big tree, I literally stop and I look at it.
Right.
I'm like, holy tits.
Cool, man. Awesome. It's that
like, it's unreal. And Resident Evil Village, it's fucking awesome. It feels kind of like it's one story with, like Oh, God,
But like
yeah,
every room in Village, like even in that demo, every room has darkness and light, and it's so dynamic,
everything's wet, everything's real, everything looks tangible.
Yeah, but like everywhere you go, like you walk away from that candle, now you're starting to get scared because there's the light is gone.
It's abject darkness.
Yeah, like now you're in the darkness and you can see a light like from another room, and you're like, "Fuck, can I just get there?" No,
Next
it's
time
like
we're allowed to hang out, man, I will bring up, because I've got it on my PS4, because that's where I got further. Because I was playing PS5 by myself, and then when people would come over and they'd be like, Shannon would be playing Yahtzee or whatever. I mean, no one comes over. It's pandemic. But Shannon would be talking loud in the living room. So I'd do, okay, I'll just play the PS4 version. So that happened more often than I was totally by myself in the pitch black. Because with high dynamic range, you can't have lights on.
yeah.
It needs to be black because the screen is black.
Okay.
But so I ended up beating the game first on PS4, which was kind of disappointing. But yeah, fuck, I can't remember where I was going. I got distracted. I apologize, friends. Dude, okay, but oh yeah, you get the next time you guys can come over. Like, we're all first dose, but we don't want to be Kid Rock on the beach Albertans about it.
I'm probably gonna do second dose by the end of the month.
Okay, well then you can come over here and I'll cough all over your fucking crippled ass.
Oh, buddy, you
Not
better,
your actual ass, just your
you better
crippled
lick
self.
my face, cough.
I'll lick your
my
face.
ear.
You think I'm afraid to do that?
Dude,
I
we're
know
all
you're not.
like,
Yeah,
so
but
I can
first dose is what? It's not.
I can book June 28th for my second dose.
Yeah, I
And
thought
so
I could
can
do
you,
it
Sid.
sooner, and I was like, I'm on it, and I'm like, oh damn, June 28th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
June
So I'm gonna be on
28th.
that shit like I'm booking a campsite.
Yeah, and then so essentially, if we can get in the first weeks of August, we're looking at middle of August. But
Yeah,
even
because it's about 10 days after the fuck.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Pfizer dose, you feel the sickness more with the second dose.
yeah, okay,
Because
I
the
had
first dose, I
Pfizer,
felt
so
fine.
I don't know.
Shannon, I was
Yeah,
tired.
my arm hurt.
Oh, buddy, I felt like I had like a fucking muscle knot in my bicep
Yeah.
for 3 days.
Yeah,
I was
my
like,
arm was
no,
fucked.
my arm's fine. Lifted over my shoulder. What? No, it's not.
It's not fine at all. Yeah.
But like no sickness. I was tired too. I was fucking
Yeah.
so tired.
Yeah.
But like this is also the first vaccine I've ever gotten aside from like measles, mumps, rubella, and polio.
Yeah.
But anyway, when you guys can come over again, like the direct comparison going Village from PS4 to PS5, it is disgusting the difference. I didn't notice it when I was playing the PS4 version until I was like, oh, sweet. Shannon went to bed. Boot up the PS5 version, put on my headphones, and I'm like, this is a different game. This is a different fucking game. Because now it's ultra dark, the textures are smoother, 60 frames per second, the ray tracing, it's unreal.
Oh, it's the representative from Callahan Auto Parts. What the hell's going on here?
He's not even listening yet.
He's not even.
So anyway, yeah, short story long. That game is fucking super dope. Also, I want to put an addendum into my gaming, like what I've been playing. Cyberpunk 2077 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Already?
It is incredible.
Okay.
It is so fucking amazingly good. And I'm playing the PS4 version.
Okay.
Albeit on my PS5. And every time it crashes, I go, okay, I'm playing something else so I don't get mad at it. But that game is so cool. Like, I am into being that character. I paid for 15 hours and I just hit the welcome to Cyberpunk thing because I cruised the city. I dressed up my hot chick and, she has a vagina. I had the choice to have a nice rack and a penis.
Yep.
But I was like, nah, a vagina for sure. You can change your nipples, whatever.
Yep.
So I made like a hot
Why is this necessary?
It's not. But why not have it? Dude,
I can't argue with you there.
Right? Like it's a tabletop role-playing game.
Yeah,
I can't argue with you. Why not?
Skyrim aside, all these awesome RPGs that I love, this is the first game where I'm like, I want to play this character. I'm gonna make decisions based on how I feel as this person, not myself. Like I love it. Cyberpunk is fucking amazing.
No way.
I'm fucking big into it.
No way.
I just wish it was stable. But
any thoughts?
Video games can be like women. The unstable ones are the most fun.
Yeah.
I think on that note, we'll introduce our resident brake pad salesman and
well, if it isn't
straight out of Sandusky, Ohio, representative from Callahan Auto Parts.
Okay,
I'm here. I made it.
Hey,
I
there
made
he
it.
is.
Hello,
Hey,
shalom.
hey.
Okay, well, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, well,
see
that's
you
the
next
end
week.
of episode 67.
Yeah, I
So we-
also because like I wanted to ask Justin, and I don't know, we can put this in or we can't, but I wanted to ask you quick. Do you think Vince is gonna sell the WWE?
No.
You don't think so? I think that's exactly what he's gonna do.
Do you think so?
He's firing everybody.
I
They're
think
making
it's-
record money. I think he wants his profits to look really good before he sells it.
If he
Okay, wait, hold on. Tyson, what time is it?
I was gonna put that in, but I guess I won't put that in. It's 10:30.
Oh, you can leave that in. Just leave it in.
I
But
feel
like, cut this, but don't cut it. But cut this.
But don't cut it. Okay, 10:30.
Yeah. Dude, let's do a podcast where they're always just like, cut this. Okay, and this is being cut. Just hold on a sec. This is all cut, and then it's never cut. And it's hilarious.
That's it. That'd be fun. And I think that it's possible that he could, but I think if he was to sell the WWE, that would be a giant FU to his family. Like, he doesn't give a shit about the wrestlers.
Do you think he
And, like,
cares about his family? Dude, he would sell to China for $1.3 billion in a heartbeat.
Okay, maybe
He would get way more than that. His
Yeah,
TV
he would.
contract, he's got 2 TV contracts that are worth over $1 billion.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck me dead. What a
His
cunt. That guy's a
work is
piece of
like-
shit.
He's
Super big piece of shit.
He's a super piece of shit. He's a giant piece of shit.
He's
He
always
makes
been
all that
nasty.
money, and then you go on Twitch and you try to like make your own money, and he's like, no, I need some of that money.
Yeah,
That's my money now.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
I came up with
Oh, man.
your name. It's my money now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That belongs to me.
Oh, you think you can go back to normal life with your driver's license? Nah, I own you, dog.
Yeah, it's true.
And the worst part of it is that it's like he takes your fucking money, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna fucking quit, and then he's like, haha, no, you're not, because then you'll be in breach of fucking contract. And then when they finally do let you go, then he's like, and now you can't work for 90 days.
Yeah.
Peace.
No.
We'll throw a tweet out saying good luck. We'll
Yeah.
tweet at you.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag.
Did you see that text he sent out to everybody else that wasn't fired about like all the people he fired?
No, I didn't.
I guess Laurinaitis sent out a text saying, just so you know, due to budget cuts, blah 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 blah
Dude.
is being released.
Due to practicality, the AEW is the new WWF. And not new WWE, it's the new WWF.
That's
All
entire-
the
that's-
wrestling, all the way.
That's very true.
All
Fuck Vince
hail.
McMahon.
That's
And
very
fuck
true.
everybody.
So people lovingly refer to it's like, what do they call it? It's total nonstop all elites.
Japan wrestling.
Yeah. It's like,
AEW is no WCW or NWO,
No.
but it is.
but they work with everybody. Like they're working with
I know
New
they
Japan,
work with
they're
everyone,
working
but like
with
if you want to fucking brand these, well, if you want to label these brands, you know, like because I remember like WCW and NWO Nitro was like the only for me anyway. The only cool part of that was Sting,
Yeah.
and all like these like backwash old fuck. I just liked he looked like the Crow and carried a bat.
sure
He's-
did.
He still looks
know,
like
but,
he
like,
still looks
he
like
still
And
looks like
then
the
they
Crow
got
and
like
carries
what
a
fucking
bat.
wasn't Shawn Michaels in there for like all these kind of old washed up WWF stars were in that
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
And then like AEW is just I don't know, it feels fresh to me. And I haven't watched
is
wrestling in
fresh.
a long time, but I used to fucking pay-per-view all that shit probably up till about 2003.
Yeah.
Their gimmicks are gimmicks without soap opera antics. They just seem they're making fun of the fucking wrestling entertainment industry. At least it feels that way to me. Like I went down, like I haven't watched a lot of it. I went down a hole with goddamn what's his nuts there, Eric. And I was just like, even like the backstory shit about these characters is like, there's no way it's not intended to be laughable, but it's fucking
Yeah,
so
yeah, some of
seriously
them,
put
yeah.
on. It's wonderful. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The AEW is fucking awesome.
It's good
I don't even
wrestling.
like
It's certainly
wrestling.
good wrestling.
Oh man, it just I don't know, man. It just seems more passionate and more legit.
It
They
is.
cater-
It
they
1000%
cater-
is.
Yeah, they cater very easily to the disgruntled, like Mark like WWE fan that was a huge fan in like '98 and '97.
Right.
Yeah, and then
Right.
and then when
Rock and Sock
the
connection.
creative got lazy and all the fans on Twitter, they're like, oh fuck WWE this, WWE that. Of course they're gonna go to AEW because it is fresh and because they're willing to work with other like WWE would never work with like Impact Wrestling and
Anything.
fuck the AEW. Their champion is also the Impact champion. He's actually got like 4 world titles right now.
He's got another one since Impact.
TNA, that's that Total Impact.
Yeah.
So he's got the Impact title, he's got the AEW title, he's got
And Impact is TNA, right?
No.
Yeah. And he's got the AAA Mega World Championship.
No.
And what's the other one? Maybe he doesn't only have. Still, that's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit.
I would be shocked if he doesn't win the New Japan Pro Wrestling title.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
Oh, fuck me, fuck.
It's coming.
As is a hurricane. I wonder if we're going to lose power tonight.
Oh,
it's windy as hell out there.
Yeah.
It is so
Trees are
fucking windy
bending
out there,
in front of
boys.
me.
What's that?
I built a styrofoam wall 9 feet tall today. And it is blustery out there.
Oh,
I hope I
dude. The
reinforced
trees
enough.
are bent over
Oh,
in
fuck.
front of me right here.
I
think that styrofoam wall is toast.
Dude, are you verklempt right now?
Okay, where's my antipsychotics? I'm
Wow.
gonna lose it.
Are you verklempt?
Ah, dude, I'm so verklempt. I can't say it as well as Eric can say it. He's the only one who can say that word properly.
Are you verklempt? I need a
Come
moment.
on, darling. Just come with me. I'll make you a star.
Just vamp for a minute. But so
All right,
anyway,
dudes.
So yeah.
Oh no, go ahead, Daniels.
Well, I was just gonna say. So I hear you guys are talking about Cyberpunk, huh? So that game
Little
was
bit.
fixed. I think it's good. You sounded like you like.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It is right now my favorite game to play.
I'll have to listen to the first part of this episode.
Dude, you just have to come over and play it when it's safe.
Yeah. Hey,
Like,
the
'cause-
premier's hanging out. The premier's doing it. Why
What-
can't-
Dude, you know
One
what?
of my friends
Dude,
has been playing it on PS4 for like the last 4 months, and he's playing it regularly. I got it, and I'm playing it on my PS5 because it crashes less. Every time it crashes, I just stop playing so I don't get mad at it. But it's only crashed 3 times, and I put like 20 hours in. And I also got so distracted by the city, by all the side content and shit.
Yeah,
that
I bet.
At 1:30 in the morning, I hit the Cyberpunk screen because I
Cool.
finally finished the first mission. Because I just got so distracted. The city is beautiful. It's ridiculous. It's outlandish. It's like the Fifth Element without space travel, and I fucking absolutely love it.
dude.
Like I'm playing a role, and the's also vaginas and penises in it. Which
Yeah,
is
that I heard. I did come in for the
It
nipples.
goes like, "Blop," and then it just kind of
Dude.
flops.
Well, we're in luck because we're about roughly 3 weeks from being legally allowed to visit each other
I don't know,
in
man.
our
Have you
homes
seen
again.
this town? I've seen like 25 people walking around without masks downtown.
Yeah, it's okay.
but, I
Masks
mean,
are going to be done in 3 weeks anyway.
masks are so
I feel like I'm still going to
2020,
wear a
man.
mask when I go into public spaces for like probably another year or two.
I'm going to
Yeah.
wear a mask where they
Fuck
tell
you.
like I'm going to wear
Yeah,
a mask
I'm gonna
where
wear a
I'm
mask when
legally
they ask.
required.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just like, if I go into a grocery store and it's full of tourists, I'm gonna be like, fucking glad
Yeah.
I brought my.
No.
No, because the mask doesn't protect you anyway.
Yeah,
It
protect
does.
them.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
want to show that I'm compassionate about other people. Everyone knows I hate myself.
But so then have like a I got vaccinated T-shirt and then you're showing that
Yeah.
I did this
No,
so I
you
don't
know
get
what?
you guys
No.
sick.
But here's
I'm
the
gonna
thing.
wear a fucking NIOSH fucking asbestos abatement mask because that will filter the breath I take in, but it does not filter what I breathe out.
You're like, take that. No,
So
I mean, if I walk in
fuck me, nah, fuck you.
if I walk in the grocery store and the grocery store is like, you got to wear a mask, I'm just gonna put it on and I won't fucking argue. But if they're like, no,
just get
come
a
on in,
NIOSH
I'm gonna
95
go.
Fucking, you have a
Okay.
NIOSH 95 fucking abatement mask. Just
Yeah,
put that on and be like, okay, I'll take care of
No.
myself, but fuck all these other cunts.
nah. As soon as I don't have to, I'm gonna stop wearing it.
Because
I'm
we
not,
all
man, I'm not. I don't
we all
trust
have been
humans,
Yeah,
man.
if we're-
Did we
if
say
we're all
that? Have we mentioned
vaccinated-
that?
if we're all
we hit
vaccinated and you still have to wear a
90%
mask,
for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the point of getting the vaccinations if you have to still wear a mask and you still have to be scared of things? I mean, then
I'm not
you might as well
scared of
fucking.
things. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
think
not-
it's a fucking polite thing to do.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
no,
not
okay,
big
so
deal.
Well, no,
so
because
it's
they'll
not-
be
so-
vaccinated, and if they're not, well, fuck them.
But so what we're saying
I don't
is
know, man.
like if you haven't got the vaccination, like it's being like, my God, they're giving away money to get the vaccination. If you don't get it,
Wait,
that's
no,
on you.
wait,
And
what? I can get paid?
Not in Canada.
Yeah, no,
Oh, fuck my
not-
tits to death.
No,
You got to go to
Canada's
Hong
too
Kong.
nice. Yeah, Canada's too nice.
Budweiser actually today just said that if the U.S. hits Biden's vaccination mark, that everyone in the country is getting free beer.
What?
Wow.
Everyone in the country is getting free beer.
Wow.
Not kids, obviously, but like
Yeah.
18 and up, you're getting some beers.
It's the U.S.
Wow.
man,
21
that
and up,
probably-
dude.
Yeah.
So if you don't get the vaccination, then I'm not going to wear the mask to protect you, man. Fuck you. I got poked twice for you. I got sick as fuck after that poke. I was not feeling good at all, man.
Man, I
for
can't,
like
man.
2 days.
I just got a sore arm. I didn't really feel bad.
No,
any other.
no. That shit had me going down some QAnon shit. I was like, oh, they did it. They did it to me.
They did it.
They knew I watched that documentary. The people who were doing the lights on Whistler saw me watching that stupid documentary, and then they told the government. And then they were like, give him the one with the shit in it. Give him the dirty one.
He knows. He's on to us.
He knows too much. I don't like him looking at our lights up there.
And talking about it on his podcast.
Yeah, talking on it. on his-
Wildly
You know
popular
that they're
with the
listening to
government.
in Algeria? We don't need the Algerians thinking low of us.
We can't control our lights.
So yeah, if it's I just think it's on you. I'm getting double vaxxed, and then I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care about you.
Then I'm coming in for hugs, man.
No.
I'm coming
Yeah,
to hug
I'm
all
breathing.
fucking three of you. I'm coming to hug all three of you at that
Well,
point.
obviously, of course.
Yeah,
Hugs and tugs at that point in time, right?
That's
All-
right.
all-
And now that we're here, I just want to say, hey, is it time to introduce our guest of honor?
Yeah, in like 6 minutes.
Oh,
Like,
fucking
okay.
Jesus Christ!
Dude, just went out to hack a dart.
Well, where the
Dude,
fuck is
after
our
the
guest
shit
of
I've
honor?
seen, the shit I've seen on my vacation, I need to smoke. Well, after all that WWE talk, I got a bit of a non sequitur for you classy gents. My good friend Alec, who tours the world and tours Coochie, is going to tell a wonderful travel story for y'all to end out this glorious episode. He's also part of the Bald Bearded Beautiful Club.
Hey, Alec, how you doing, my friend?
Hey,
I'm doing absolutely fantastic.
You can sit on this one.
Oh, ooh, I can get nice and comfortable. I love getting nice and comfortable.
We're all about getting comfortable on this podcast, so
Yes. Perfect. I will preface this that I have been trying to give an option of either a PC story or a hardcore story. And obviously we're going to go with the hardcore story. If you guys want a PC story later at some other point in time, I can do that too. But yeah, things get a bit crazy when you go and travel, obviously. And so this crazy time in Nicaragua, I tend to try to work over at party hostels where I run bar and entertainment and all that sort of stuff. But this hostel, we had pulled out a whole bunch of costume stuff, and 4 Australians and myself had found a whole bunch of luchador masks to wear to day drink in, right? So we were just getting absolutely fucked up, and this girl comes up to us and says she would like us to gangbang her in the dorm.
as you do.
As you do. Obviously. Now, she had 2 rules. One was we had to wear the masks.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair
We
rule.
had to keep the masks on. I mean, like, I'm not a pretty boy in the first place, but
Stop it right there.
and the second rule was that no matter what people told us, we don't stop.
Okay.
Now,
that seems
there
right
a-
up
was there-
Nike's
wait,
alley
wait.
right there.
Was there a safe word or anything?
nope, there was no safe word.
Wow.
No safe word. We were in a 16-bed dorm. Okay.
And I'm assuming it's at least half full.
I would say there was maybe about 6 or 7 people in there at the time
So
that
well,
weren't
a
us.
few.
Yeah,
Definitely
there were a
enough for
few.
the activity, that's for sure.
I was on video. People were videotaping this on their phones. Yeah, and we were going at it, and the hostel security had come in and told us to break it up, and obviously with the Aussies being as they are, they're like, you know, we're just going. And at one point, they had said, we're going to call police.
Well,
The more the merrier.
Okay. Now, this was my first week at this hostel. I actually wanted to work at this hostel at the bar. I had already told them that I wanted to work the bar at this hostel too. So when they kind of said that and looked away, at some point to the security guard looked away out there, there was 2 entrances into the dorm, and I kind of slipped out the back entrance and jumped over the rail, threw my mask off underneath the dorms, and bolted around to the front. And as I was just like, hey, what's going on? I want to kind of get into the dorms. I want to like go to my bed. They're like, no, you can't go in. There's a situation going on over in there. And I'm just like, what kind of situation is going on? No, you don't want nothing to do with it. I'm like, okay. And the police came, literally broke them up and dragged them out of the dorm. And as they're all walking by, the Australians looking at me outside are all fucking laughing their asses off. Because they're like, when the fuck did this guy even fucking leave? Fuck if they knew. They were focused on other things at the time. And yeah, it kind of got buried in that sort of thing. But about a month and a half later, I was having beers with one of the managers, a female, down over by the dorms. You just wanted to get away from the bar, and we were chilling down there. And I saw the mask underneath the dorms. It's like the dorms were maybe about 5 feet off the ground, kind of like a bit on stilts, all that sort of stuff. And I saw the mask, like the white of it underneath there. I'm like, do you see that? And I went underneath, picked it up and pulled it out. And she's just like, oh yeah, I fucking recognize that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah. Do you remember how many got arrested? She's like, yeah, the 4 Australian guys. I'm like, yeah, but do you remember how many were in there? And it kind of clicked for her. There was 5. And she's like, yeah.
and now you're married.
And that, kids, is how I met your mother.
Oh, I wish. She was absolutely gorgeous. She was beautiful, Australian girl, but she was more into the other team. Yeah.
I say mighty hard to satisfy after that. Jesus Christ.
There's just too much competition when you go
Yeah,
down
like,
on that.
fuck. Jesus, I'm just one man. I'm just one, man.
I'm working with parts that I don't know how it goes on. It's like a mechanic, but you don't get the guidebook.
Nice.
Holy shit. Fucking Nicaragua, man.
Fucking Nicaragua, right?
Right?
It was
Oh.
so good. I went back 2 years later. It was
Oh, of course.
fantastic.
Nice.
I
Dude, when-
had such a fun time there. I might
Awesome.
it if it's still open in October, I will probably end up there in October as well this year.
Yeah.
I had a good
Pod
time
trip?
there too, Alec. I understand
trip to
Nicaragua, man.
Nicaragua?
It's a good time. It's a good time out there. And I
Where
don't
did
have
you go?
anything remotely that crazy.
Didn't
But
you get like arrested there? You got
No.
I know on an early pod. Where was it that you were like sleeping on the beaches and
no,
like,
no, no.
like
This,
you ended up? Sorry.
I mean,
in
I've been
Nicaragua.
arrested in a couple different countries, but
No. The only thing that happened to me in Nicaragua was I was in Granada, and there was I was staying at a hostel there, and there was like a ladies' night happening, and I was like young and single and whatever, and it was clearly later I kind of put the pieces together that this is clearly just a hooker or something, but I thought I was just meeting like a cool chick, right? And later later on in the night I was like, I think there's something fishy going on. I'm just gonna get the hell out of here. And
and
she-
this
she-
is where I found out that in Nicaragua it only costs $3 for a blowjob.
Holy crap.
Is that America? Wheels is like, he's like, I gotta go.
fucking already has is that a fucking ticket to Nicaragua in your
Man, I've
$3.
had a $38 loss with that blowjob. Screw that noise.
$200 for a flight down, you can get that
That's not bad either.
yeah, I know she
way cheaper than Vegas.
she kept saying stuff like, let's all just go to
That's
the beach.
true.
We're gonna have a good time. We'll go to the beach. And I was like, I think that I'm gonna get robbed if I go anywhere near that beach.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
I think-
100%. They were trying to rob you if you're there. They were trying
Yeah.
to take you down to the beach.
Yeah, I'm like, I think you're gonna rob me. And they were like, no, just
Wait,
come down. And
so
I'm like, yeah,
you-
I'm not. No, that's fine. I'm gonna stay here at this public place with all these people. That's where I'm gonna stay.
So you never go to beaches with like the locals there?
Not at fucking
No.
midnight.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Not at
cool.
all.
No.
Not at
cool.
midnight.
I did get robbed. I did get robbed over in South America once,
Yeah.
but it was actually hilarious because I didn't get robbed of my stuff. All I had on me was my friend's cigarette pack that only had one cigarette in it. Like it was my friend had handed me their pack of cigarettes because they were picking up at the time some other chick. They went out swimming and he handed me his last cigarette in the cigarette pack to make sure it didn't get fucked, obviously. And that was the only thing I had because when I'm going out to a club or a bar in South America or Central America, I'm only taking the money that I'm going to drink with.
Mhm.
And as we're leaving the club, I have nothing on me, no money, no nothing. And so he hands me a pack of cigarettes, one cigarette in it, put it in my pocket, completely fine. These guys go into the water, come out and start walking in front. And I just give them their space for him to do his thing. And all of a sudden I get surrounded by 8 local guys and they're just like, empty your pockets. Okay. I pull out this fucking pack of cigarettes. The guy picks it out of my hand, opens it up, pulls out the cigarette, puts it in his mouth, lights it, and hands me the empty pack back. And they walk off to go and get my friend and the girl that he had picked up. And as they're about halfway, I just call out to him. I'm like, yo, guys, hurry up. You're about to get robbed. And then they turn back to look at me and stop. And then the 8 guys surround them. I'm like, fuck. Just run at that point in time. Like I could have run the other way. It would have been fine. Or I may have gotten my ass kicked like Sid.
Okay.
Could have gone either way. I have no idea.
Like 4 dudes and only me.
I could have gotten my ass kicked by 8.
Yeah, fair. Look, they could have killed you too.
Well, hey, Alec, thanks for sharing that with us, buddy.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll have to have you on for more stories and travel.
Yeah, man, we'll have you back
Oh.
on.
Yeah, we'll have you
Alex
back
Travel
on.
Guide.
I got plenty of stories. Absolutely
Okay.
plenty of stories. I would be happy to share at any
Awesome.
time.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, that's
Beauty.
been Alex Travel Guide #1. And we can't wait to have some more. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Cheers, guys. Pleasure for having me on the show.
Pleasure.
All right. And that looks like about episode fucking 67, doesn't it?
Right. So like it'll be good, you know, like maybe every other week we have travel stories since we still can't leave the country.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's live
I like it.
vicariously through Alec. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I can't
Who
believe
doesn't
I
want to
missed,
have a sorry.
I was just gonna say I can't believe I missed so much of the Armir Yager edition of the Wheels Blues podcast.
yeah. There it is.
67.
This is not even the craziest story.
Dude, the craziest
Yeah.
story is Daniel's Yager 68, man.
Yo,
Who's 67? Malkin. Malkin's 67, isn't he?
No, he's 71, I think.
Oh, well, somebody out there is 67, and we thank
Fact
you.
check it. Fact check it. Fact checker.
Fact check a famous number 67.
That's the one we want to hear. All right. I'm at Tin Can Blues. You can find me nowhere, and our Wheels Blues podcast website is wheelsbluespodcast.wixsite.com/my site. And yeah.
And I was kind of at Eric _83, tardy to the
Maybe
party,
just-
and
Maybe just 1 underscore tonight.
yeah, like a half an
Okay.
underscore.
no.
Just one
Make it a
underscore.
one with a
Dash.
hyphen. You don't want to be a hyphen. No, don't be a hyphen.
Don't be a hyphen. And yeah, I apologize. I'm coming back full force next week, so be ready for that because I'm coming up in your ass
9
Fuck.
plus 4 pennies.
Jesus
with
Christ.
a 10. With a 10.
Yeah. And I'm at Muddy Wheels, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can follow our Wheels Blues podcast Facebook page. Please subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and like, and all that other good stuff. And buy our merch at the Redbubble store.
God
Not
And I'm
damn
at
right.
Squeeze
Do it.
Love, aka the Cunt Crusher, and you can't see me.
It's true. We can't see him.
I can't. All right, thanks for listening to episode
feel me, though.
67, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
See you
Good
next
night.
time. It's like the Caesar salad was in Mexico, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's something weird.
No, the
like
Caesar
that.
salad was created in Rome by Caesar.
No way.
Yeah, yes, no, really. That's
No way.
it's that's because
I
But
thought it was
Caesar
created in
stove
Mexico by like
was not
some guy,
English.
some Mexican guy.
No, it was no.
I'm
see,
looking it
that's-
up. We don't have the fact checker here.
Yeah,
I'm looking it
yeah,
up.
go. Yeah, the fact checker actually didn't even do his job this week. Boo, fact checker.
Boo,
We had a
fact
bunch.
checker.
We had a bunch of fact checker stuff last week that we wanted him to do, and he didn't do any of it.
Oh,
Oh what? Oh what?
oh.
Caesar salad was made in Italy.
Region, place of origin, Mexico. Region or state, Tijuana,
No,
Baja,
it's
California.
Not. No, it's not.
There is.
Where are you looking at this? Where? Show me.
It was,
Where?
but that's where it was created. But it was created by an Italian immigrant to Mexico named Caesar Cardini,
Yeah.
No.
that's what
who
I'm-
operated
No.
restaurants in Mexico. His daughter Rosa recounted that her father invented the salad at his restaurant Caesar's at the Hotel Caesar in Tijuana, Mexico. When the 4th of July rush in 1924 depleted the kitchen supplies, Cardini made do with what he had, adding a dramatic flair to a tableside tossing by the chef. Cardini was living in San Diego, but he was also working in Tijuana, where he avoided the restrictions of prohibition. A member of Cardini's staff have said that they invented the dish.
Well, then how did that story come about that it was a Caesar salad made by Caesar?
I have no idea.
I think that's probably just because he had the name and somebody was like, "Oh, must be."
That's where I
Just
that's where I read.
two
I
and
read
two.
that. Yeah, I guess so. But I've read on the internets, which obviously lies, that it was
That was straight from Wikipedia, which usually is right about these things,
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, they're right all the time.
even though it's just like one guy editing
Just
it all.
one
But
guy.
anyway,
Well, no, there has to be. I'm sure Wikipedia has a whole fleet of people editing like their field of study. Like I'm sure they have biologists editing all the biology articles, and
maybe
Oh,
I think there's like it's a pretty open like
it's
Open
open,
source
source
thing.
Yeah, it's open source.
like
for sure.
anybody. I went on there and edited fucking Pete Shirelli's fucking wiki page once,
Of
and it was
course
on there
you-
for like 2 weeks.
What did you say about Pete Shirelli?
I said he went down in history as the worst GM in Edmonton Oilers history, and he's known as in his GM career, he's been known as a compassionate and caring GM, often giving other GMs great deals in exchange for their players.
That's awesome.
For example,
that was
Taylor
on there
Hall
for
Adam
2
Myers.
weeks.
Yeah, it was something like that, a week or
That's
2 weeks. It's
Amazing.
not there now,
No.
but you could go on there and make an edit like today,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it'll get reviewed and like tossed out pretty fast.
Yeah.
In retrospect, it's probably a bad idea to give the public free range, because people go on there all the time. Like they edited, like they changed the Maple Leafs owner to Carey Price after the like, you know,
Awesome. Good job, internet. Good job.
Yeah, good
Once
job.
in a while, the internet comes through
right?
and they do their job.
They're just doing God's work, sir.
They're just
you know?
doing God's work. Oh man.